Hi everybody! Today's video is going to be a challenge. In this mug I've got a bunch of different notes with words written on them, and what I'm gonna do is that I'll take one of them and then I'll have 5 minutes to create it using these materials. Also, make sure that you watch until the end because I'm gonna show you how you can join in on this challenge as well. But yeah, let's get started! So here I'm taking the first note, and the design that I am going to make will be a pizza. So here I'm starting off with some light brown clay and I'm making the dough part of the pizza. I also mixed some white and yellow clay to make the cheese. And I also took some more light brown clay to make the crust of the pizza, and then some red clay to make the pepperoni. And because I had more than 2 minutes left, I also decided to make some other toppings. So here I'm mixing some light gray clay to make some mushrooms. And then I also decided to add some green topping as well. So this is how my 5-minute pizza turned out. And I think that maybe it would look cuter with just the pepperoni and cheese. But overall I was quite surprised about how well this one turned out. But now it is time for the second design, which is going to be Pikachu. So to make Pikachu I obviously took some yellow clay and I made his head and the body. I also made the ears and I then redid the body for some reason. And I also made the hands and the feet. And overall, Pikachu was actually quite simple to make, even with a time limit. This was probably the easiest one out of the 5 I'm gonna make in this video. But anyways, then I made some black details, like the tip of the ears and also the eyes. I then made the tiny mouth, which is so difficult to do with a time limit. Oh my gosh. But anyways, I managed to give him a mouth, and I also made little red cheeks. And then time was up. And this is how my 5-minute Pikachu turned out. And it is now time for the third design, which is going to be a hamburger. So I started off by taking some really light brown clay and I made the bun and also the lettuce really quickly. I then took some darker brown clay and I made the meat part for the hamburger. Then I took some yellow and I made the cheese. I also made some really simple tomato pieces by making 2 round balls and flattening them down. And as you can see, I was pretty much done with the hamburger at this point, but I did have 2 minutes left, so I decided to make a bunch of sesame seeds by just cutting them up and then rolling them into small seeds. So then the hamburger was done, and this is how it turned out. I think it looks sort of okay. If I would have had more time, I would definitely spend a lot more time on the details, and I would probably also add some dry pastel to the bun to make it more realistic. But now it is time for the fourth design, which is a dragon. This was definitely one of the harder designs in this video. But anyways, I started out with the head and I then made a little body for the dragon. I also decided to give it a tail. And then I wanted to make some wings in a lighter color, so I just mixed in some white. Making the wings was really difficult. I always find this to be quite hard, so they didn't really turn out that well. But anyways, then I added some ears. I don't really think that you normally put ears on dragons, but I just thought it would look kind of cute. And I then made some details to the face by taking some black clay, and I made the eyes and also a tiny mouth. And then I made some arms and legs. And I then really wanted to make some fire, but I realized that there was no way that I was going to have time for that, so I just added some teeth instead and some shimmer to the eyes. And then time was up, and this is how my little dragon turned out. I mean, it's definitely pretty cute. If I would have had more time, I could definitely make it a lot better. And now it is time for the last design for this video, and it is going to be Ariel. So I started off by making her face and the upper part of her body. Then I took some green clay to make the tail, and I also took some lighter green clay to make details to it. I then made her seashell bikini thing, and I also added her little arms. And I even added some details to the seashells. And then with 2 minutes to go, I made her hair. And as you can see, there's only about 20 seconds left, and there's definitely something missing. Yeah, her eyes and her mouth, I completely forgot to do it, so with 14 seconds left, I really quickly made some eyes, and there was no time for a normal mouth, so I just put a little dot there. So yeah, this is how Ariel turned out. I don't think that I've ever made face details this quickly, but overall I'm pretty happy about the way that Ariel turned out. And it definitely turned out pretty good considering the fact that I only had 5 minutes to make her. So this is how all of my 5-minute designs turned out. This was a lot of fun and actually a bit easier than what I thought it would be. So if I try this out again, I might even give myself an even shorter time limit. You can of course try this out yourself, and if you do, it would be so much fun if we could share it with each other. So if you take a picture on what you have been creating in under 5 minutes, you can post it on Instagram using the hashtag #ClayTimeChallenge. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you would like me to make more videos like this, you can leave a comment and let me know what designs you'd like me to do next time. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!